Good morning. Thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to give you a little garden update and a zucchini quiche recipe that's so delicious. A few weeks ago we had a hailstorm come through and it pretty much destroyed, I thought, my zucchini and squash. But here is an update. This is the end of May and my garden came back. I'm thrilled. My peppers look great. My zucchini plants grew new leaves. The squash are loaded. So I'm very thankful that everything came back after that hailstorm. I think I had planted it early enough that it had time to regrow. Look at those beautiful squash leaves now. I do have a video of what happened when that hailstorm ran through. But I've got lots of blooms, lots of little baby squash. So I'm very, very thrilled and thankful that the garden came back. And you can see all the little tiny baby squash. And I'm so excited to see bees. I have not seen bees for weeks now. And this morning when I came out, the little bumblebees were pollinating away. And I'm so thankful. Because if you don't have pollination, your fruit won't grow. And it stays little and then rots and falls off the vine. I may have to pull out my beehive and start that again next spring because we have really had a time getting stuff pollinated this spring. So there are my 2 sweet potato bins. I'm excited about those. And all of my tomato plants, which are many, are loaded with tomatoes. These are the gypsy peppers. All my peppers came back after being beaten down. There's some nice cluster of tomatoes. Some new squash, and my cucumbers are doing great. I've already made 2 batches of pickles. So let's check out this zucchini. I had a time with this because I started getting blossom end rot, so I had to do a calcium treatment. And now this morning when I came out, the zucchini looked great. So I've picked 3 nice sized zucchini and I still have a lot more growing. So hopefully I've nipped that blossom end rot in the bud. I just added some calcium to the soil and that seemed to work. This is another squash bed, and like I said, all my tomatoes are doing great. This is another cucumber bed. I staggered my cucumber beds so that I would try to have some all during the summer. This is the Cherokee tan pumpkin. It had really taken a beating, but it's got new growth on it, and I'm just waiting for some blooms and some little pumpkins to come up from that. So the backyard garden is doing so much better. I just wanted to share that and say that if you have hail come through or damaging winds, just be patient. It comes back. Been fertilizing a lot and adding a lot of nutrients to the soil, so hopefully I will continue to have a good crop. So let's go ahead and pick some zucchini, and I've just pushed back the leaves, and I did go in and take out all those battered leaves, and I think that's what helped it to regrow so fast. So I've pulled off 2 nice sized zucchini, actually 3. And I'll share with you a very good and simple zucchini quiche recipe that I like to make. Just another way to use up all that wonderful zucchini that you might have in your garden. So here's what I got this morning. I got some cucumbers, the 3 zucchini. I pulled up some spring onions. And this is the very easy recipe using zucchini, onions, eggs, cheese, Bisquick. I added some bacon bits. And then your spices are, I did not use the oregano. I kind of did not want that flavor in my quiche, so I used parsley flakes, garlic, salt, and seasoning salt and pepper. So let's get busy making this easy zucchini quiche. So I'm going to take the 4 eggs, and I've beaten them very well, and I'm going to add in 1 cup of the Bisquick mix. I'm going to stir that up real well and kind of break up any lumps in it. Then you've got a cup of vegetable oil. I added that in. Now I had some cheese in the refrigerator left over from my salad luncheon, so I just thought I'm going to add that to it because I need to use it up. And it's some smoked cheese, some pepper jack, and some shredded cheddar. So I just chopped it up all nice and evenly and added that to the quiche. There's the 3 cups of shredded zucchini. And then I added in some spring chopped onions. So from my backyard came the zucchini, the eggs, the onions, and that's pretty cool, isn't it? So I've got my spices here, the salt, pepper, garlic, seasoning salt, and I just add that in and the parsley flakes. And you're just mixing it in. Then I'm going to add in that cheese and some bacon bits. I think it was 1/3 cup of bacon bits. You could add some chopped ham, or you could leave it out and just make a vegetarian quiche and not add any cheese or meat. Then I'm going to add in about 1/3 cup of Parmesan cheese. So I'm going to mix that very well, and I have a 13 by 9 greased glass baking dish that I will be pouring this mixture in. So I just mix it together, breaking up the flour or Parmesan lumps in there and getting it all broken up and all mixed up together. This is such a delicious quiche. It's good for breakfast, it's good for brunch. You could even have it for dinner. It's just so delicious. And a perfect way to use up those zucchini. You really don't taste the zucchini. The zucchini takes on the taste of the spices and whatever else you put in it. It just does add a lot of nice moisture to whatever you're cooking. So I smooth it all out. This is going to bake for 30 minutes at 350 degrees. Now you could go back and top it with some Parmesan cheese. I did not, but that would have been a nice touch to add some Parmesan cheese to the top of that. And then I'm going to bake it. Alright, here's the finished casserole or quiche. It's a nice golden color. It's nice and firm in the middle. So it's ready to eat right out of the oven. So I just cut me off a little square. Comes out very easily if you grease that pan well. Oh, and it smells so good. The cheese and the spring onion and a little bit of garlic powder in it just makes it smell so delicious. I hope you give this recipe a try because it is wonderful, and it's a good way to use up all those zucchini that might be coming in right now. Look how pretty that is with all that melted cheese. So thank you for joining me. I hope you have a very blessed day. Thanks for subscribing and stay tuned. I've got more salad recipes coming up for my summer salad series. Take care.